agree with everybody.
The next question is, in our global society, should public schools require students to learn a foreign language? And if so, at what grade level should they begin to be taught?
I think they should be required to learn a second language, and I think they should have the option to start in kindergarten. As with a person with a degree in English, knowing that after studying linguistics that children have all the way up until the age of 7, they still have knowledge of all the languages, and they only dominate the one that we teach them. And so I think that the more languages you know, one, it provides you an opportunity to experience somebody's culture from a different aspect. Two, look at them in the long run. That makes them such a greater employee by being able to be bilingual. Thirdly, as institutions of higher learning continue to press studying abroad, that's just an added benefit. And I believe, if you've ever heard my voicemail, diversity is everybody's responsibility, but I believe that cultural competency is one of the greatest assets that we don't have any cultural capital for. And so if we are able to start teaching languages, it gives us a greater appreciation for other people other than ourselves. A lot of times we live inside of a bubble. And one of the most racist statements is everybody ought to know English. Well, sure. If you live in America where they speak English, you probably should know English so you can have a better chance of being able to communicate. But what about everybody that's in America ought to learn somebody else's language? So I think it just gives us a great opportunity. It expands the cultural competency, and moreover, it gives us great opportunities to understand each other as well as have greater communication.
I agree wholeheartedly. I have several friends that are from other countries, especially different countries in Africa. And I've asked them before, like, when did you learn English? And they told me that it was taught to them in school. Like, it was a class that they had to take. They had to learn English. Like, it was required. And I think it makes them that much more, what's the word I'm looking for? They're just more able to relate to other cultures and to understand those cultures because they are exposed to them at a very early age. And so I definitely think that we should, and I think we should start as early as possible. I have a son, and when he was young, this lady that babysit him, she was Hispanic, and I told her, you know, he was a baby, and I told her whenever he's with you, do not speak English. Only speak Spanish when you're around him. And he's almost completely bilingual. He didn't start taking Spanish until like 7th, 8th grade, something like that. But it came that much easier to him because he already had that basis of it from when he was young. So it was much easier for him to catch on to the information in class because he had that basis from when he was so young. So I definitely think it's something that should be required.
Yeah, I also agree with that, too, especially the part where we should start younger. Because I know me personally, I mean, foreign language classes were classes we took starting like 8th grade through high school, but by that time it's really hard to sit down and really learn the language. I mean, you do enough to get get an A in the class, but you don't really grasp the actual language. So I really agree with it. We should start as soon as possible.
Mine was, I agree, and I said kindergarten as well, because the younger the child is, it's easier for them to soak in that language and learn it, and actually, foreign language takes years to master. I know I took Spanish in high school, and I failed that class so many times. It was like, I couldn't do it. Like, for me, I came to the point where I don't think I can learn a foreign language just because I'm older now, but I feel like if we teach it, like, the younger they are, especially since the United States is going to be a majority minority by 2040, and these are qualities that the workforce are looking for in the future generation. This globalization and the world being a majority of people of color, anyways. Like, yeah, I think it should be required that a child learn early. I don't think it will hurt anyone.